I'm sweating and I'm feeling really fucking ill. So I'm not going to fuck about with the fire too much. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Honestly, I'm thinking right now about just getting in the hammock and crashing out. I mean, the sun's gone down and it is fucking cold because everything is soaked up here. I mean, everything's sodden. I haven't even got the bloody little kettle out yet. Shit. I mean, getting some hot food inside me would make a massive difference, but keeping my body temperature up is the main thing right now. I mean, I could put the rack on and get some water on the go now, and the cardboard would heat the water up enough to do noodles. I just can't be asked. I want some actual hot rather than just warm. And all that stuff around it is still damp from the storms. That's really going to be fucking stable on there, isn't it? Nope, get off there. Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to build a proper fire pit. I think a lot of it's, yeah, that's steam coming off. I think a lot of it is psychological. I know damn well if I do build an actual fire pit, it's going to get destroyed. Some fucker's going to trash it, it's that simple. It's just the mentality of people in this country. Okay, I did do it reasonable to get a fire going. I got the cardboard, which is corrugated, so you got air holes in it, in little tubes, da 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 da, about 3 high in there, so air can get in. Did the same with the wood. If I'd had a decent knife brought with me, which I keep forgetting to do, I could have split the wood and exposed the inside stuff that's dry. Doing it this way, it means you've got to burn through the outside, which is hardened. And the smoke's going right to the... Yeah, of course it is. It might catch, it might not. All the damp stuff around it might put it out. As I say, I'm not that bothered. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm hoping it goes. I'm also laying off using my blowpipe until I think it needs it. If it goes steady, it's more likely to keep going. And the colour change in the flames means that the wood is starting to catch. Crackle, that was wood. Just need to make sure it doesn't fall off. There. So if you keep a nice air gap, that allows the air to come in. Yeah, I'm hoping if there's no wind tonight, it's meant to be some wind, but not too much. I was in such a rush today getting out, I forgot things. I didn't check the weather forecast properly, and it's a real fucking kibosh. It's not a foobar, because I'm not American, and that's an American expression. Right. Oh, you fucker. Right, that's heating up quite well, actually. Not ready to actually blow on it, although, yeah, that's fucking soaked. You need to make some air hose inside, let the air get in. Yep, the wood is going. Well, some of the wood is going at least. The actual flames you can see there now, that's wood. So that is, just need to make sure I got air gaps in between so it can get up in between the wood on top. Right. Okay, I'm going to leave that to get itself going whilst I go and dig out my kettle. Now the smoke's going straight up more rather than horizontal. That shows you've got more heat. If you haven't got as much heat, then it's going to go horizontal. But the heat draws the smoke upwards. So that means you've got more burning there. Yeah, that's picking up quite nicely now. Don't jinx it. For fuck's sake, don't jinx it. I could always try and find some more wood, because all that's fucking soaked. If I put it on there to dry out, all that moisture is going to actually put the fire out. So I'm going to have a little hunt around, see if I can find some more dried wood to put on. Worst case scenario, I've got to be standing dead just behind there, which I don't want to grab yet. I've also got that stuff down there which is dead. I can find some dry stuff on it. That bit is standing dead over there, I could use, but that's very powdery from what do you call it, woodworm. So that I'd rather keep it as kindling. See, if I was desperate, I could go and use these things. I just can't be asked. So, water. Guess what knobhead forgot to bring a fork? Fucking shit. Yeah, it's one of those things I should really leave up here. It's not going to be the most hygienic fucking thing, but bollocks. I can just drink it and, you know, make a fucking mess everywhere. Oh, at least the fire's going. Positive thoughts, positive thoughts. Oh, that is fucking nice bit of warmth. It is psychological as well as physical, but it is nice getting a bit of warmth into your extremities. I just wish this bastard army jumper I'm wearing, this thing, actually had a zip that worked on the throat. Fucking open. Right, yeah, get the water on. Bloody fork. Okay, the water, shivery, is pretty much hot enough. It's actually nearly dark. It's just that my phone's auto-correcting for the light, for fuck's sake. The water is pretty much hot. So it's hot enough to do food. So I put on some of the wet wood so I can dry out a bit, hopefully for the morning. I'm hoping it doesn't rain tonight. I think it is going to. I'm not that fucking bothered. If I were that bothered, I'd be putting up the extra, power cord to string things up better for more insulation, all the rest of it, waterproofing. I'd be covering the Bergen. I'm not that bothered, honestly. If it pisses down too much, I'll just undo the Bergen and put it in the hammock with me. And I can hold that thing over me in the night to keep me dry. So, yeah. Unlike a blowjob, you blow, don't suck. What's got a blowjob where you don't actually blow on a cock? Unless you're Irish. Yep, that's drying out nicely. See, I'm not so worried about having a fire for aesthetics. I want the fire to dry the wood out a bit. But that is hot enough now, I can use that to, yeah, that's steaming quite nicely. Ow! That's hot. Yep. Bollocks. Ow, fuck. Water's hot! So, yeah, food. Going to be a bit of an issue trying to eat it with that fork, but, you know, fuck it. I could go and get a couple of twigs and use, but honestly, I can't be asked. I'd rather just drink it and make a mess everywhere. Right, these are the new ones, and I just had a quick nibble of that thing, and it is hot. Yeah, that's the hot ones, hot and spicy, and it is. My mouth is burning, but it's a happy burn. Also forgot, I also brought half a pork pie. I can heat that up, have that as well. And that's me noodles, also hot and spicy. So I'll be getting a happy sweat on rather than just a nasty cold sweat. So that's ticking away nicely. I'm not going to put the plastic on the burn yet because I don't want my pork pie stinking of plastic. Also, we've got to be careful blowing it, otherwise I'm going to get ashes on the food. So that, I'm going to put these, yeah, I worked it out. It's less than £1 per portion to fill this, and it is full of flavour. You get 2 flavour sachets with the noodles. Got me a little thing there as well. And it works out, I think it was 38 quid for 40 of each. And that included delivery. I think it took 2 or 3 days to get to me. So yeah. Okay, that is very spicy. Hot. Nice hot. Nice hot. Ooh, I'm getting a little bit toasted on my pork pie. Yeah. Hot food, nice. Whilst I'm making me noodles to soften up, I figured I'd get a stick and do a little bit of something to it. I'm using a green stick because if you use one that's dead, you may get bits going in your food. So yeah, it's for eating food. Be careful you don't use certain trees that are poisonous. Not always, but in the UK, if it smells really sweet, that generally means it's poisonous. There's one, can't remember the name of it, it's got a blood red sap and it smells like treacle. And it is very, very poisonous. And I nearly came to blows with someone who tried selling me it as firewood. He hadn't seasoned it at all, fucking inbred. And yeah, he basically tried selling me, at the time I had a young kid in the house. And yeah, he basically tried selling me firewood that was toxic. So yeah, I wasn't very happy with him. And it is it's a very obvious smell as well. So I'm just making a little prong. Where the hell is my camera then? There you go. Just like a little prong so I can scoop up the noodles. That's all it is, just a little prong. Holly is pretty good. It's not, it can be a bit suspect in ways, the berries, etc. But generally speaking, it's not going to hurt you if you use it for eating. That fire is going really nicely. It's just ticking over quite happily. So all I'm going to do is just taking out the inside bit. Give me a couple of prongs. This knife is really, really handy. Dinky little blade, does the job. And that gives me a litre of hot and spicy noodles. Oh, that is fucking hot. Yeah. It's boiling water. Why am I surprised it's hot? So, and yes, the fork works. So I can shove it in my gob without wearing it all. I'm sure I would end up wearing it. It's not exactly a Harrods style cup. Mind you, they probably would sell that kind of stuff and call it native. Ah, go down for a bit and soak up. Nice pork pie. Most people in the country, they have pork pie or a version thereof. What they don't always have is an egg in the middle. This one doesn't, but it's a Somerset thing. Sometimes they make it and they put an egg in the middle. Freaks the fuck out of Germans. They think it's some kind of alien infestation. Hilarious. Right, my phone is now dangling by a string. I just felt rain. A bit annoying really. But you know, is what it is. Fire, chugging away. I can see the fire. Where's the fire? There's the fire. Just put on the last of the damp charcoal from last week so that can dry off. No mind, like I'll get in my hammock and it'll flare up. Yeah, I just felt some bit of rain. That or a squirrel's pissing on me, which wouldn't surprise me. Oh yeah, do not leave your homemade fresh wood stick in your pot because it would draw the sap out, which could be poisonous. This isn't, but it could do. But yeah, very spicy, very fucking spicy. But a homemade fork, doing the job, shoving it in my gob. Ta-da! If only I had more teeth. I'm down to... I've got 4 on the top. They're fairly fucking useless, but I've got 4 on the top. And unlike smackheads, 2 of them are my bunny teeth. Although 1 is loose. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, if you have got like a cold or something, getting hot food inside you makes a massive difference to your health. It helps to force out your system. Plus, spicy food, also really good to get your stomach reacting. And if your stomach's reacting, your whole metabolism speeds up and helps to get rid of like chills and colds and stuff. And this is very fucking spicy. Yeah, that's going to be a bit difficult to drink because it is. My nose is starting to run, and I've only had a few sips. Oh shit! Right, that's a bit spicy. Holy crap! My eyeballs are sweating. I like it. It's one of those things, if it was like hot and spicy shit from the supermarket, I'd throw it away if I had that reaction. Because this stuff, I don't know if it's Korean made in China or Korean made in Korea. Either way, it's Korean. And it's fucking lovely. I know the difference between, so I've been around. I can taste the difference between artificial spicy and actual spices spicy. And this is actual spicy. And I've no idea what it would be like without that extra tube of stuff I put in. But it's not exactly making it milder. Oh, fucking hell. It would help if I didn't have the extra plastic bits here trying to slice my lips open. That's really nice. Yeah. Nice bit of flame on. I mean, it's no real issue if the fire does burn out. I'm surrounded by friggin' woodland. So it's not as if I'm short on firewood. There is always dry firewood to be found. There's always some somewhere. You may have to get a branch, cut it open to get to the insides. Dead wood. The only green wood you can really burn around here is willow and hazel, of which there's not much here, I don't think. Might be a clump up on the hill. But that you can burn green when it's fresh. Most of the stuff you've got to season it first. And I've been a good fat bastard, little boy. That sounds so creepy. I've been a good little soldier. I've kept happy pork pie for breakfast, just so I can have something in the morning. Good little fork, which will go on the fire after I've finished. I'm not going to show you me eating, because no fucker wants to see some old fat cunt with hardly any teeth eating noodles. Blah, 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 blah. All of my lips are starting to, they feel like they're going bright red. They're probably not, but they feel like it from the spices. Oh, it's a happy burn. Sunset was officially half an hour ago. This is hard work drinking. Eating it is alright, but drinking it, fucking hell. I've hung the water up, so it's not at hand. Otherwise I just drink it all in one go. And I got a ration that. I got one with squash. I have another one that's just water for coffee in the morning. Other little things you can do to minimise what you're carrying. If you've got a car, it's not an issue. If you're physically able, it's not an issue. But I got smashed hips, ankles, knees, all the rest of it. Everything's been smashed up. 2 crashes. Plus a couple of decades on the run on the mountain. Anyway, other little things you do to minimise the weight what you're carrying and still get like a hot drink. The sachets you get in the noodles, keep one. Then all you got to do is add it to hot water. You've got yourself a nice hot drink. Or you could bring stuff like Ovaltine. Or like a teaspoon of Marmite. You add that to hot water, that gives you a hot drink. That bit of flame. It's so pretty. Is it even standing here? I can feel the warmth. I'm still only wearing the one freaking layer. It's just that because there's no the zips shagged, it's a bit nippy. If it were to get to the point where it's winter and I'm still here, excuse me, that was quite nice. Ah, lovely. Then what I might do is build the fire pit, same as this, but closer to the hammock. But I would have to do it. Oh yeah, Another reason I know this is good quality stuff instead of just cheap shit. I've got rectus hernias, but I've also got hiatus hernia, great big massive one. And if I eat anything dodgy, it flares up, and it's like having a massive heart attack. That's how bad it is. But this doesn't affect my hernia in the least. That's one way I know it's actually nice stuff. Other things for a hot drink, if you want your caffeine buzz, hot chocolate. Get not the brand, not the like the supermarket brand name stuff, because you've got to add milk powder, you've got to add sugar, you've got to add other stuff to get flavour out of it. If you go for one of the brand name ones, you just add hot water. So it's less. It's less things to carry. There's also, I don't know if you can still get it or not. Back in the olden days, in the 80s, they're bringing out all these convenience foods because it was still the mentality of post-war. The people selling stuff grew up in the Second World War, so they still had that sort of mentality. And they brought out this thing, and it was brilliant. Instant tea. So, 2 teaspoons, and it's got milk in it, and it's got tea in it, and it's just like making coffee, but it's tea, white tea. So something like that would be a nice idea, if it's not made from asbestos. I'm compiling a list for my Rumble channel of products that Israel are supplying ingredients for, like Johnson & Johnson baby powder. Pretty much, so far, 95% of the things on a supermarket shelf contain ingredients produced in Israel, which is fucking terrifying. Hence, Korean noodles. Oh, my lips are burning. Happy burn. Now, time of the year as well, I can see through the woods now. I can see the field down there, which is happy fire, tickling away. There you go, have a spin. Don't fall off on the rocks. Holy fuck. I should still smack off that dead wood above the hammock. It's not directly above, but it's close enough. It's there. I don't like smacking off wood unless I have to. Oh, my nose is running now. Fucking hell. Well, that rain was very, very fleeting. I would say like a teenager having sex, like, it was so quick, you missed it. I was never like that when I was a teenager. I mean, because I was a late starter, I had one sexual experience that I'm aware of, 2 actually, before I was 16. 3, actually. One was this fucking nonce called Brendan Palmer. I think he was a teenager. I was 6. I had brain damage from a crash, from like smashed off the road. I smashed my head open against this low wall when I was 5. I'm definitely left there. And he tried getting me to go down on him. And I was like, even at the age of 5 or 6 years old, fuck off, I'm going. And yeah, Brendan Palmer, his name was, fucking nonce. The other time was, I think I was 7. And it was, about 6 or 7 years old, because I was in Waterloo School in Shepton. And it was this girl, another one I remember as well, this girl, you show me mine, you show me yours, I show you mine. And I'm thinking, what the fuck have you got? This was pre-internet time, so I didn't know the difference between girls and boys other than the fact that they wear a dress. That was it. It was the 70s. And teacher came in, gave me a smack. I got the cane. I didn't do anything, but I got the cane. You have like boys and girls toilets in the same fucking room. Don't be surprised if they flash each other. The other time was Wendy James. Was it Wendy Jones? I think it was Wendy Jones, her name was. I was at St. Paul's, so I would have been like 9 or 10 years old. 9 or 10 years old. And we were both sent out of the room to stand in the hallway in school. And it was a case of, for some reason, she said, "Do you want to put your hand down there?" I thought, why? What have you got that I haven't? And all I remember, because she put her hand down my pants, and I was just about to put my hand down hers, all these times I nearly got to grope them to find out what was down there. Never actually got around to it though. And it was a case of a teacher came out, gave me a slap, and I just spent the next hour spitting in the bucket for some reason. I don't know fucking why. But I remember her saying was, "Don't put, not inside." And my brain was thinking, inside what? What the fuck have you got down there, a handbag? Turns out she did. But the only other time before I was 16, any sexual experience was, actually no it wasn't, I was 16. I was 16 and 1 month old. So that's legal in England. And her name was Jill, is it Jill Hampton? She was 38. Really fucking fit. I think I had sex with her. I was 16, you don't really notice, it's in something. And, but as a teenager, when I first got around to discovering the opposite sex, I was an octopus. That's what my nickname was, the biker octopus. Because I would touch every single bit of the body. Because I used to find it fascinating, the reactions. You touch this bit, this happens. You touch that bit, that happens. And I got a really good reputation for being very experienced, even though I wasn't. I just like pushing all the buttons to see what happens, Wiggly woo, wiggly woo, wiggly wiggly woo, sort of thing. Okay, the food is definitely kicking in and making me a bit more alive. Now see, if it were a case of windy, even slightly windy, and it's not, or if it were a case of dry conditions, which it's not, I'd be concerned about leaving this ticking over and crashing out in the hammock. If I go and sit down now, even just resting my ass on the wall, I'm going to fall asleep. So I'm not going to go and get in the hammock until I'm ready to crash out, basically. And yeah, but as it is, I'm happy to let it just tick over. It'll burn out on its own eventually. The wood is still actually a bit damp on top, but it's more a case of, it's quite nice. It's tugging away. It's not windy enough to spread it and set fire to all the wet leaves and the wet moss and the wet trees. And at some point I need to finish off my din-dins. It's hard going. And not in a bad way. It's hard going because it's very, very spicy and very, very hot flavour. And it's really nice. Yeah. It's a case of, I've bought 2 boxes of these things, so I've now got a nice stockpile of these things. They're really, really nice. Just show that it does actually work. Stabby stabby, little twist, and scoopy scoop. Hello. Okay, I'm starting to hallucinate a little bit. I think it's because I've not got any alcohol in my system. I've had nothing to drink since last night. I wonder if I will be able to sleep okay here without having booze in me. Because normally I have a few glugs of homemade spirits. I think my phone's given up auto-correcting the light. could be a deer. It's actually a deer run I'm on at the moment. So I've seen footprints, hoof prints, you know. Especially on that slimy bit down there, where I didn't come up. So I saw it there last time because deer are very distinctive little toe prints. Oh, fuck. Okay, my shirt, which is... What I might actually do with the shirt, because it's not wet, it's damp from sweat. That is going to go... If it were a solid wet, I'd hang it up on this tree here, over the fire. Actually, I could do that now, actually, whilst I'm still here. That can go on that. Spread it out. The more you spread it out, the more air can get to it to dry it out. So that can just, because that's where the warmth is coming up, dry it a little bit, and then that can go in my hammock. I'm like, oh shit, dizzy, still a bit dizzy. And that can go in the hammock with me, and I can shove it down the bottom of the sleeping bag. That way it can dry out once I'm in there. Do I sound like a cockney? To the one person who watches my fucking videos. Do I sound like a cockney? Oh, Poppy, please, no more comments on my YouTube videos. No more comments, thank you. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the support. If you want to give me a chat, you know my email. Even my fucking phone number. If you want to ring me, but don't put any more comments on YouTube, okay? I haven't deleted them, just don't put any more comments down because you don't want to get harassed by people. Basically, to explain, I'm not going to say the name she uses on YouTube, but she has she's on Rumble as well, actually, but she does try-on hauls, and she lives not far from me, and I've been helping her out, giving her advice on online safety and stuff. So I said to her, don't put anything down that gives your location, don't put anything down where you go to school, where you go shopping, age, all that kind of shit, because that's what groomers want, telling where to pick you up and whatever. Put in comments like the video, Mum wants to know if you want to come around for coffee later. That is telling people, if they click on it, they'll see your profile, and then they'll know that you live near me. So I appreciate the support, but no more comments. Actually, when I get back, I will delete the comments. It's just, you know, the ever increasing number of certain types in the town, so yeah. Do not use my eating stick to poke the fire. Use a different stick. The thing is, this entire trench I'm walking on is at a steep angle because it's a drainage ditch. And it's also full of mountain leaves and rocks. So, yeah, chugging away. Right now that is just for aesthetics. It's a bit of warmth and it's smoking out my shirt to dry it off. But yeah, before I go to any base. Even though it's only about 5. I think it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Yeah, that was a good fucking choice. Now and again I'll find a bit of mushroom in this. It's quite nice. Right, I don't know if you can hear that. Birds of prey. They're convinced they're pterodactyls. The fucking noise they make. Oh shit, that's burning. They sound like pterodactyls. And they're cunts. Because they seem to think I'm carrying a squirrel on my back because of the ponytail, the long hair. They seem to think it's a fucking squirrel. And he dive bomb me, the bastards. Oh, fucking hell, that's nice. Let's have a drink in a minute. I need some spirits. I just don't like the thought of being dependent on anything. And with the alcohol I started drinking, I never really drank until I got drunk once when I was a teenager. I got tipsy when I was 20, running through the bonfire with Richard Hunt. I had maybe a month or two where I went out once a week and got plastered when I was like 30. Actually, I was 29 because it was millennium. And aside from that, I've not been drunk in my life. I don't really go out drinking. I've never gone out drinking. And it's a case of, I only started drinking 2 or 3 years ago because of the damage I got, or the constant pain. So rather than doing drugs to deal with the pain, like I'm supposed to be on morphine, I'm making my own spirits. But habit can become addiction. So I'm gonna lay it off for a day or two, see how it goes. Well, that's most of the fluid gone. See if I can't eat this without wearing it. God, my mouth is burning. Who needs a bloody camera holder thingy, phone holder thingy? Slightly concerned that my line holding the hammock, the Bergen might not be close enough. Fuck it, I'm not that bothered. I seem to crash out. I'm fucking exhausted. I can't believe I saw a girl that looked spitting image of Sydney Ray White. Well, the younger version of her. Her face wasn't quite as... It was slightly thinner than Sydney Ray White, so I'm thinking maybe not a daughter, but it could be a niece. The temptation is ask her, are you related to her? It just sounds too much like a cheap come on. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not probably scared the crap out of her. It's weird though. So you see someone and you think, that looks just like him. Oh, I got a nice little tip from the Building Society, who still have my account frozen. Not for everyday use, but for online use. Cunts. For no reason. But got a tip, accidentally, that Prince William is going to become King William next year. Tempted to go and put a bet on, but I've never gambled before and I can't be asked. Noisy fuckers tonight. You want different music? Get a job. Buy your own. Look it, that is done. I'm not going to wash that up. I can't be asked. go in my tatty bag for the night. Ah, nom, 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 nom. So, say bye-bye to the fire because I'm going to bed. La la la. And there is kind of a full moon tonight for some reason. Shouldn't be, but there is.